Hello. Um, I hope what I'm doing with getting the colors all wrong here doesn't bother you too much. I'm rather having fun with it. I discovered recording in HD didn't do any good because it was probably when I converted it. It went from a 1.5 gig file to less than 200 megabytes. So I think I kind of lost my HD before I ever uploaded it. I don't know. It seems like when we put the WMV files in there straight, though, that the audio gets out of sync with the video. So, learning process. Okay, now I'm going back again. I'm back in spring of 2010. This is a journal from 521. And the day was 7 Jaguar. Oh, until dawn. It was 2:38 in the morning I wrote this. Um, and notice the difference in the development and maybe in more simplicity of the earlier journals since I started publishing them. They're, they're so much more multifaceted and layered these days. And I'm saying that before I've even gone in and read this. It's called How You Begin to Know What You Know While Leaving Mind Behind. Gosh, it just hit me that I didn't even write a journal yesterday. That's amazing. A day without journaling is akin to a day without living or something. Well, not quite that extreme, but something along those lines. I'm journaling less. It's interesting too because the flow is still going. It's just taking over more of my waking life, and I can't be journaling all the time. No, that was a mind intrusion. Let's make it an extrusion and dump it. And my typo was sump it, right? Anyway, there's more of a development of some kind akin to mind, but it's not that. It's just that mind is the closest thing we know happening here. Part of it is somewhat clearer communication with other levels, higher dimensions, and the beings there, but that's just part. Heck, I don't really understand it yet. Maybe you noticed. Good for you. Tough enough to talk of these things when you know them quite well. Now, try talking of them, sharing them when they're new. Pretty challenging. If you stay in heart, though, you can get my meaning. It's some sort of magic or something. I don't propose to understand that either. I just know it's true that it works like that. And I find that's enough, most all of the time. Just to know that is enough. As for what, why, and how, does it matter? If you're in heart, you'll realize it doesn't. If you're in head, you won't. Pretty simple. Get my message. Develop a momentum on placing attention in the center of your chest all the time. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. Just do that too. You can do that and do other things as well. You'll see. This is not quite as simple as it seems, nor is it powerless. It is powerful. First of all, it's the demonstration, the proof of your intent. You can't do this absent that. You must set the intent first, and intent is quite powerful. It makes things happen. Second, if you believe in divinity or God or source, great spirit, Allah, call it whatever, this acts as a prayer. By your placing attention there, you are in effect saying, I want to be closer to you. Capital Y. Source responds to that. Before you even do it, Source responds. So that's powerful. Then third, we will place the reality of what is there to be sensed, to be felt, to be entered as the heart space, the kingdom of heart. Oh yes, that's mighty powerful. but those others are too. It's a joint thing that you do when you do this heart centering. Not quite so simple as mind likes to make it appear. Add to that all the changes oncoming carried on the solar, the cosmic rays, dropping off magnetic force fields, more exposure to that. Light is information. Did you know that? And your DNA is being reassembled in the midst of all that. Biological changes ongoing in support of our waking up, too. Fancy that. Yep, things are perfect, all right. I'm going to stop here for just a second and share with you. I wonder if you've seen the video on, oh shoot, I can't tell you where it is now, but it was a scientific experiment where they were videoing the whole thing, I guess. And they took a laser light, not the kind that's focused and will kill, but they took a laser light, and they had two sealed containers. In one was the egg or the embryo, whatever it was, of a lizard, and one was a frog. Maybe you've heard of it. And what they did was they shone the laser through the one and into the other. And so the laser light penetrated both of them. But by the time it got to and I forget which way it went, but let's just say by the time it got to the lizard, it had gone through the frog embryo. And then what hatched that was supposed to be a lizard was a frog. Now, this is the power of light, and it's a real demonstration that light is information. Light carries information. Okay, so back to where I was. Biological changes oncoming are in support of our waking up too. My suggestion is to begin to relax into that knowing. You have it, at deeper or higher levels of your multidimensional being. You're not that body there. And I've got nothing on you. Nobody else does either. Can't be done. Be at peace when you hear things that mind doesn't yet get. That's not you. That's just a tool you have for use here in 3D. And you'll not be needing that mind too much longer, though. Yes, the mind, that's right. You're a spirit that soars far beyond what the brain can accomplish or do. You'll be amazed when you meet up with you, capital Y. You're a great cosmic being, my friend. You're no small fry. I don't care what your container, your body, your story in this life is. It doesn't matter. Not a bit. That's not you. It's a part you're playing. Not that this level of being is unimportant. I don't mean that. It's important, all right. Pay attention while crossing the street. Please do. No need to shorten the experience unnecessarily. Besides which, you've got certain things your higher self intends to do through you. Better get cracking. Open those codes. You're a great cosmic being on a mission to shine your light, my friends. Let's do that together. Let's wake one another up, and then the whole world. We do that by sharing our story, our light, our intuitions, understandings. Let's not be so shy anymore. The time to be shy is long past. We've been kept apart far too long in the midst of this crazy blame thing we've got going on down here. Let's get back to loving. That's what we're about. Find it out and then share what you've got with another. Something as simple as a smile will do. It's a carrier wave. Your energy will cross over on that. How about that? Can you do it? Oh my God. Your power, our power is immense, my friends. I wish you a good day as you contemplate that. Yet be not in head when you do, or you're sure to get it all mucked up, okay? Better still, just ignore head and practice being in heart. It's all there for you, just awaiting your presence. Good day. Probably when I converted it, it went from a 1.5 gig file to less than 200 megabytes. So I think I kind of lost my HD before I ever uploaded it. I don't know. It seems like when we put the WMV files in there straight, though, that the audio gets out of. Hello. Um, I hope what I'm doing with getting the colors all wrong here doesn't bother you too much. I'm rather having fun with it. I discovered recording in HD didn't do any good because it was and notice the difference in the development and maybe in more simplicity of the earlier journals since I started publishing them. They're they're so much more multifaceted and layered these days. And I'm saying that before I've even gone in and read this. It's called How You Begin to Know What You Know While Leaving Mind Behind. Gosh, it just hit me that I didn't even write a journal yesterday. That's amazing. A day without journaling is akin to a day without living or something. Sync with the video. So, learning process. Okay, now I'm going back again. I'm back in spring of 2010. This is a journal from 5/21, and the day was 7 Jaguar. Oh, until dawn. It was 2:38 in the morning I wrote this.